A very warm welcome from the English faculty at NCS. I'm Miss Butler, Head of English. In English at North Cestrian School, our mission is to deliver a rich, broad and engaging curriculum across Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4 with a strong focus on developing key skills alongside developing a wider cultural, moral and social education. We've designed an exciting, challenging and aspirational curriculum which allows for deep exploration of literature and language across different cultures, places, times and genres. Our results demonstrate the effectiveness of what we do. We're consistently above national average in 9 to 4 and 9 to 5 measures, and our students achieving top grades 9 to 7 continues to rise. We pride ourselves on students making above expected progress, with progress measures being positive for the last 3 years. SEN and disadvantaged pupils on average make excellent progress in English, in line with or beyond their peers. Cultural capital and enrichment are at the heart of what we do, with the aim of allowing students to enjoy and be immersed in their learning, whilst making excellent progress in their analytical, creative and literacy skills. We offer a broad range of extracurricular activities to enrich classroom learning. Our Cultural Appreciation Society, Off the Page, explores film, theatre, music, art and literature in specialist-led workshops and lectures. The Debating Society will continue and hope to compete again in the Oxford Schools debating competition. We also run the press pack for budding writers and journalists to report on school events for the newsletter. Extra English Club and SEN Support Group also gives pupils the opportunity to progress and improve their academic English work in extra sessions after school. We truly believe in supporting academic studies with opportunities to learn beyond the classroom. So we ensure there are lots of trips on offer. Last year we took several theatre trips, a residential trip to London, cross-curricular writing in the Lake District with history and geography, the Key Stage 4 Poetry Live event, reading with residents at a local nursing home, Abbey House in Leeds, Manchester City Art Gallery, to name but a few. Through experiences, discussion, reading and creativity, we know we make an impact on our students, and English becomes an essential vehicle in enabling students to go on and lead rich and fulfilling lives. Here's some of the rest of the English department to tell you about some of the things you can expect in the English curriculum and why they love it so much.
Hello. I suppose you want to hear from me about Year 7 and what we learn in English here at North Cestrian School. Well, I've got a few photos up here on the board reminding us all of what we do. We do a little bit of fantasy fiction. You might recognise The Lord of the Rings and a little bit of Harry Potter there. One of my favourite novels of all time, A Christmas Carol. I hope you like a spooky ghost story. It's just what I was reading there actually. I love it, and it's a lovely thing to study around Christmas as well. We really enjoy it. We study something called the 21st Century Child, and we look at children down the ages and the different lifestyles they've had and analyse little texts about them. We also look at poetry. We've got The Lady of Shalott, The Highwayman and The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. It's another favourite. It's brilliant. I'm just going to say one word to hint at it. Nevermore. Woo-hoo. Yeah, you just have to wait for the rest when you come. And this is one of our final texts that we study at the end of the year, called A Midsummer Night's Dream by a gentleman you might have heard of called Mr. William Shakespeare. Now go on, I've got to read my book. You might want to go and meet Miss Wilson.
I'm Miss Wilson, and in Year 8 we cover 6 topics. Now I find it really difficult to choose my favourite because I really love 2 of them. I love Shakespearean villains, where we look at all the baddies across Shakespeare, and I love crime fiction. But it's the surprises, the intrigue and the suspense of crime fiction that swings it for me. That's my favourite. I love that we have the mystery of it. I love that we find out about the landlady who doesn't want to let her guests leave. I love how to see how Sherlock Holmes kind of figures it out, and if I can beat him, if I can work out who the killer is before he does. and I always love trying to work out how a leg of lamb can actually be used as a weapon. Crime fiction for me has it all. The whodunit, the mystery, that's the topic for me, and that's the one that I'll look forward to teaching the most. Goodbye.
Hi, I'm Miss Badman. My favourite thing to teach to Year 9 is Romeo and Juliet. I absolutely love the sense of drama that it brings to the classroom. I love seeing the pupils get really excited and involved in the plot lines, and I love bringing Shakespeare to life to often a class of pupils who can't see the relevance in their 21st century lives. And then we study Romeo and Juliet and they realise that actually the same issues cross their day-to-day lives every day. So I really enjoy it.
My name is Mr Betteridge and I'm a teacher of English at North Cestrian School. I'm also head of Year 10. In Key Stage 4, all students study English literature and English language, and we opt for the AQA exam board. You study 10 lessons of English across the fortnight, that's 6 literature and 4 language. In English language, you study a variety of texts, both fiction and non-fiction, and in the summer, we would expect you to sit the 2 exam papers. Alongside that, you also submit a non-exam assessment, which is a speaking and listening exam, where you present a topic to the class that you're passionate about, and students will ask you questions about that. Alongside this, we also do English literature, and English literature is my favourite element to teach because we study a variety of interesting texts and we really get to know the characters and study the nitty-gritty of the various texts. We study first and foremost in Year 10 an Inspector Calls, which is an interesting play about society and social responsibility. We then go on to poetry, power and conflict, and that raises a whole host of discussions in lessons. And finally, at the end of Year 10, we study Jekyll and Hyde, which personally is my favourite text to study. It talks about the duality of man and what it is like to repress certain desires. And it's interesting and often leads to a lot of good discussions in class. In Year 11, we study Macbeth, and that's the final text that we study. This leaves us a lot of time in Year 11 to recap our subjects in English.